Welcome into the Upstate Pulse. My name is Lonzo. It is a beautiful Saturday, a little bit cooler today. A lot of people out at Fall for Greenville having a good time. Shout out to those people. If you are listening to this wonderful, beautiful station, hope you drive safe and have a good time. Find some good food, find some good bands to listen to. And while you're on your way to wherever you're going, or on your way back to where you went, whether you're going hither, thither, and then finally get to Yon. Listen, Yon requires either a designated driver or an Uber driver or a key master that will not let you leave where you are. You know, all those kind of things. So
I said no.
Yes, exactly. You must chill. Exactly. I had that cut somewhere. Like I said, this is the Upstate Pulse. If this is your first time listening, say you're, driving around in North Carolina or in Georgia or even here in South Carolina, and I said North Carolina.
You did say Carolina.
I noticed that I said that. If you are doing that, and this is your first time listening, let me tell you what you get here. We are a pop culture radio show. We've been doing this for well over a decade, and having a good time doing it. And we hope that you enjoy the show. Just stick around for a while if you're into movies and TV and all that kind of stuff. And if you want to be a part of the show, text line is 800-905-0989. Normally, if there was another producer here, we could take phone calls, but I still wouldn't do it because you're drunk. So anyway, that's my reasoning, and it's a true reason because it's definitely happened. But you know what else we are? We are the first ones in the building to do this. Everyone's doing it now. We created a trend that is being followed without thanks, and I get no thanks for it, but that's fine. But I'm going to still point out that we did it first. And that is being live on stream on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, and on X, it is the Upstate Pulse or 98.9 WRD. We already got some people up there. Dave is up. Viper Dave is up there. And he says, hey. Hey.
That's what I thought it was.
Yes.
I thought it was hey.
And Chris is there. Says, what's up, guys? What's up, Chris? On today's show, by the way, the other voice you hear is Cameron.
Hi.
Good evening, Cameron.
Good evening, Father.
Good evening, Greenville. It's an inside joke. Unless you were there that night, and then you know exactly what it is.
Are you for a good fight?
Shout out to Matt, wherever he may be. On tonight's show, we are going to talk about the season finale of Peacemaker Season 2, which might actually be it for Peacemaker. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about little Gen 5, their latest episode. And Cameron and I went to see Tron last night. So with the Peacemaker and that stuff, we're spoiling the crap out of that. But as far as Tron goes, we will not spoil because it just came out. And we know that some of you may want to go out and check it out. Or should you? You have to stay tuned to find out about that. AI Takeover got like 3 things. They got a bunch, man, because AI is really starting to take over.
They've been taking over.
We're going to talk about the results of Crown Jewel, which happened this morning at 8 a.m. I love that. And we'll talk about that. We got a little tinfoil topics coming towards your way, at least one that I want to discuss. Some video game stuff, Nerd Roundtable, and so much more. Before we get to all that, I want to thank the people that we met and spent time with at South Carolina Comic-Con Fall Edition. I will say that there was a pretty big line there when we got there, and they were really excited about it. It's so cool that you guys showed up to South Carolina Comic-Con Fall Edition. So good that you had a good time, because I know you did. I mean, there were no frowns or anything. People were walking around really happy about. I did this thing though. I didn't find anything for me because I have limited space right now. But still, I was looking for a couple things that I didn't find yet. But my granddaughter, she wanted a Labubu doll, and I just gotta say that those things are they're not for me. But every generation has something that they're into that the parents are like, oh no.
You remember Furbies?
Or their grandpa. Yeah, those things were creepy. But we got you guys one. I think we got Raven one. I can't remember who got
I
one.
didn't want one.
Yeah.
That was a Raven.
I'm pretty sure we got my daughter one. But one of my favorite things was my granddaughter telling my daughter, see, I told you Papa was nicer than you. Yes, that was
So it's so mean too.
So I got her a Labubu doll. I didn't buy the clothes though, because the clothes are like $45. I ain't doing that. So she went home and started making clothes for it, which is cool. Maybe she's gonna be a fashion designer, which means she'll make more money than all of us, and she can take care of me when I'm old and drooling and needing tapioca.
Remember that to give money to Uncle Cameron.
Well, there you go. So she had a good time. She got one of those. Every generation, what was your generation's ugly thing that your parents were like, no, you can't have that? For mine, it was Garbage Pail Kids. I mean, to me, you're not going to come out with anything uglier than Garbage Pail Kids. I thought Tinky Winky
garbage is in the name.
Tinky Winky and the boys. I thought they were.
That's another one.
Yeah, I thought.
Is that the gangster name for the Teletubbies? Yeah, that there, Tinky Winky and the boys.
Tinky Winky and the boys. They
just imagine Teletubbies like going down an alley, snapping towards you.
Okay, Dave says Garbage Pail Kids. My mom was okay with them, but not my dad. Because Garbage Pail Kids they're nasty, dude. They were disgusting. Cameron, have you seen Garbage Pail Kids?
I am looking it up.
Yeah, they're not nice. They're pretty disgusting, actually. You know, every generation gets into slime.
Oh my God.
Yeah, see? Labubu's not as creepy as that.
No, they're not.
Yeah, and there are more than one of those, and they're all creepy in their own right.
They're round and grotesque.
Yes, they are. I think it is a counter to Cabbage Patch dolls, is what they are.
Cabbage Patch Kids are so much better looking than
I thought Cabbage Patch Kids were creepy too.
They are creepy, but they're not nearly as gross.
But out of all of them, all the toys that I can think of my youth, my kids' youth, my granddaughter's youth, still Tinky Winky and the Boys is the creepiest one. I just had to listen. Tinky Winky and the Boys. Hey, I don't know. I believe they were all dudes. I don't know. They may have been genderless. I don't know. But I will forever think of them.
Teletubbies.
Chris said, I had a stick. Okay, that's good. That's good. Sticks are good.
I too had a stick.
Yeah, didn't we all? Those were the easiest toy to find.
And then I speared a griffin with it.
Yeah, the sticks that I had to gather were switches, and that's a totally different story. And brings back a totally different kind of memory. So what's the creepiest thing that your kids or you had as a kid? And again, Tinky Winky and the Boys. I just know.
What was that one doll that Raven had? It was orange, fuzzy.
Bebo, yes. Whatever it was.
Beba.
Yeah, Beba.
And it would like gyrate. It was just like, what are you?
It didn't gyrate. It vibrated. There's a difference.
Is there?
Yeah, there is. Gyration has rotation to it.
I thought it gyrated.
No, it did not. It did not gyrate.
I think it might have been
Elvis Presley gyrated. That Beba toy did not. It vibrated. It looked kind of like an oversized.
I still see it in my dreams.
Tinky Winky and the Boys.
I still see it twerking in my dreams.
Yeah, it was weird, and I think that your mom got it at Goodwill.
That explains it.
Yeah, pretty sure
most cursed objects end up there.
Well, yeah, you got to get rid of them somehow. I mean, someone else ends up with them, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, I got her a Labubu doll. I think that they're not the ugliest thing I've seen, and I'm glad that she enjoyed it. So there you go. I was able to find something. I didn't find anything for me because, again, limited wall space. I saw some posters that I wouldn't mind having, but I did not get them. Cameron got something though.
Oh, I did. I should have brought it in. If I had thought ahead of time, I could have shown that to the stream. But there was this wonderful wood burn carving thing. Not carving, but it had the Eye of Sauron behind the shards of Narsil, along with some, I believe, Elvis script around the outside of the Eye of Sauron. It looks really cool. I still got to find a place to hang it up.
Well, you have a whole house.
I do.
I have limited space as to where I don't want my wife going, how'd that get in here?
Yeah, you have to. You're relegated to certain areas.
Yeah, I don't know how that got in here. The cat moved it in there. I don't know. Dave says my sister had a teddy. It says rip skin, but it was not rip skin. was Teddy Ruxpin.
Okay, that makes
It's
much more
Ruxpin.
sense because I was
And
a little
that thing was
terrified.
creepy to me, the way the eyes and mouth moves. Yeah, for sure.
Just imagine like a teddy bear's like, I'm gonna cut you. It's just like, no.
They had a Teddy Ruxpin too, and it wasn't brand new. We also got that from Goodwill. Where you would put a cassette into it and it would play. And okay, I'll correct. I believe you, Dave. I do. Ruxpin is not something that you normally would spell, but those things were creepy just because they moved. And I used to have nightmares about my mom made like ceramic statues. She went through a stage. We're kind of an artistic family all the way around. Even my daughter now has been painting, and Cameron and I write. And, my immediate family, there are artists all over the place. So my mom went through a thing where you would go and you would make ceramic statues and you have to put them in a kiln and all that kind of stuff. But they were all of like Aphrodite and like ancient Greek god stuff. And I would always have nightmares that they would come to life, that I'd walk past them and they would turn around and look. And then I saw Legend, the movie Legend, and those statues, grotesque statues and stuff did that whenever Lily walked by. And it's like, that's my nightmare. I remember that. I don't want to remember that.
That's not fun where you can go, oh, that's my nightmare.
Well, you know what it means? It means other people have had that nightmare. So
is that a shared consciousness kind of thing? Like the moving statues?
Well, I think, back in the day, it was more probably that, if something looked lifelike for your child mind, it probably is just pretending to be still. I don't know. Maybe, possibly. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Tron Ares. We went to see that last night. We are going to review it spoiler free. And next week we'll spoil it big time. But we'll talk about it, who was in the theater, demographically, sound, all that kind of stuff. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. Of course, the one day that I have to really mow the lawn. Hopefully it won't be early. All right, I got to look that up. I don't know what that is.
What?
FNAF plushies?
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I don't need to look it up then. There's just news out for Five Nights at Freddy Part 2, and that is gosh, I can't remember names now. Megan Fox is going to be one of the female things. Never watched Five Nights at Freddy's. I kind of know what it is. I think it's kind of like Chuck E. Cheese, isn't it?
Kind of, but a horror movie.
Right.
Where the animatronics are kind of quirky and they're trying to like grab you and I think stuff you.
I always thought those were kind of creepy too. And it's because we had a Showbiz Pizza, which was like a knockoff of Chuck E. Cheese. And some of the things were kind of broken down a little. And it, like ill-treated to a degree where they looked creepy. The pizza wasn't bad there, though.
They'll get you. They'll get you to download that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit. when we get to video games.
Weirdly enough, I've been seeing a lot of
Because I've got that downloaded. I had it on PlayStation 2. I had it on PlayStation 4. Was it PlayStation 2? I think it was PlayStation 2. I had it on PS4 and I have it on Xbox. So it's one of those games that I've downloaded a bunch.
Final Fantasy game, wasn't it?
It was, and it's my favorite. Yuna is one of my favorite characters of all time. And Blitzball.
This is my story.
And Waka is about as lame as can be until you start understanding his story. And also, Titus, whatever, doesn't look anything like his brother.
He has a brother?
Yes.
Is that the bad guy in X2?
No. I'm talking about Waka's brother who died.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, it's been a while. That's right, because he reminded him of it.
The hardest thing, Dave, is being able to copy moves and knowing who to recruit and who not to recruit. And, by the end of my first playthrough, I had a little bit of everybody on my team. Could also do the jack shot.
Watch out for the Ronso League.
Ronsos were kind of slow, so it didn't really, and it made no sense that they were underwater. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo and Cameron here. The other guys, I don't know where they are. They're not here, though. So there's the thing.
Maybe they're at a gathering.
They could be. Let's talk about the people who are here. And that would be us.
Yeah.
Me, Lonzo, him, Cameron. We are here. And we are having fun. If you would like to be a part of the show, as people are doing right now, 800-905-0989 is the text line. We do it slower. 800-905-0989. But sometimes I think we all say the number way too fast. We are also live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, and on X at either the Upstate Pulse or 98.9 WORD. Text line. Texture says, when I was in college, parents questioned me having FNAF items, which I didn't know what that was, and Cameron told me it's Five Nights at Freddy. Though one of the Five Nights at Freddy plushies ended up being used for stop motion project in an animation class, which is very awesome, Texter. I love I love stop motion, but the patience that you would have to do that. I mean,
also, it'd be kind of hard to do with a plushie because of how soft it is. It would probably be very hard to pose.
Well, I don't know. It may have had posable hands or feet or things like that. I haven't seen any of those up close. Actually, I've never seen them, period. I know there's a game, and which I think is where it originated from. And
it is.
And I know that there was a movie that I had planned on watching and never did. And I know that there's a part 2 coming out, and that Megan Fox was just announced is going to be in it. Let's see. Dave says, on the topic of nostalgia, I started seeing a bunch of reels on Facebook of Final Fantasy X. I did the only logical thing and downloaded Final Fantasy X Remastered. I did that too. And the one I did also came with X2, which is not that good, but it's also not that bad. It's just basically you change clothes so you can change powers. Because Sin is dead, so they, all the stuff that they were doing before, and it repurposes all the things, all the places that they went to, and it's interesting for that reason. And there's a Titus in it, but it's not really him; it's someone who looks like him, and anyway. The clothes changing was kind of cool. Let's see. Mark says, Lonzo, what do you write? Nothing right now. I have written liners and promos and all the parody stuff that we do. I wrote all that, and sometimes it hits, sometimes it does not. But I'm
a flaming t-shirt cannon.
Yeah, because I was dared and said I couldn't write it. I'm also a songwriter, or I was a songwriter. I'm retired right now, and I've written over 100 songs. Some of them are good, some of them are okay. Some of them, I don't think anything's bad. We never got told when we performed live, oh, that's not good. We did have everybody get up and walk out once, which was pretty embarrassing because they didn't like our style of music. And we kept playing anyway.
Imagine being so unified.
Well, no, the sad part is it was in a church and they got up and walked.
No,
out.
I remember this.
Yeah, that was not. I mean, your heart sinks when you see that happening because it should be a place of acceptance. And just because you don't like what I'm singing about, which was, the down places, the things where you struggle, and how God is there to meet you where you're struggling. And some people just want all happy stuff, and life is not full of that. It does have a lot of happiness, and it also has some down places, and that's when you need them most. Viper Dave says, I still hate playing blitzball. I love blitzball. Even though it's soccer and I don't like soccer, it's underwater soccer, and that makes it okay.
Somehow.
I don't know why,
It's
but
underwater magical soccer.
Because it's underwater soccer, and the fact that they can breathe underwater, but they can't really breathe in water. That's not some of them can.
Did they ever explain how that works?
No, they didn't.
Maybe it's just the humans or the different humanoids in that realm could just breathe underwater.
Some of them could, and some of them couldn't. It is just so weird.
Maybe they have secret gills.
Yeah, we never saw them. That doesn't mean they don't exist except for maybe in a place that would only show up on another show like The Boys. Imogene says, nice bumper. Thank you. I don't know if I got that or if Odie got that because it all mixes together. I'm going to take credit for it, though, because Odie's not here. All right, let's talk about Tron. So back in the day, a long time ago, a really long time ago when I was a children.
In the long bygone era known as the 80s.
Yes. I believe it came out in the late 70s, but it probably was early 80s. I don't know. It was a long time ago when Tron came out. And at the time, computer animation was just starting, and the idea of going inside of a game, it just was such a cool idea. And that's what happened in Tron. And actual people went inside the game. Then, I don't know, like 30 years later, the next Tron came out. And it took advantage of nostalgia for people my age going to see it. And it was actually a pretty good movie. Now we get to Tron Ares. And here's one of the problems that a lot of movies have right now. And it's Jared Leto. Because people don't like him for some reason. Morbius was not that great, okay? But it wasn't as bad as people act like it was. And his Joker in the extended version, Chris says 1982. Thank you, Chris. In the extended version of Justice League, it was so much better. It was so much better.
Yeah.
You just got to watch that. And it's like at the end, a cutscene.
Are people just weirded out by him?
Maybe it's his eyes. I don't know. But people don't like Jared Leto. They think he can't act. And which is fine in this movie because he's a
program.
He's a computer program. You don't need to. So as stiff as he supposedly is, as emotionless as he supposedly is, it works out good when you're a computer program.
The role is perfect.
Yes, it was made for him. I will tell you, I looked around demographically. This movie came out in October. It's not going to be a blockbuster. How many blockbusters come out in October that are not Halloween movies? It usually doesn't happen. So didn't go expecting it to be come out going, oh my gosh, that's the best movie I've ever seen. Didn't expect that. I also didn't expect that the critics were right because they're rarely right about stuff. And I liked it. I did like it. I have one thing that I didn't like, and we'll talk about that in a second, but I really liked the movie. And I didn't come out going, wow, I wasted all that IMAX money because it was worth seeing in IMAX. The effects were good.
Yeah, the visuals were gorgeous.
The characters were good. The bad guys were good.
Everyone was solid.
I thought the story was a good story also, and a heartfelt story.
It had good banter too.
It did. Absolutely.
You can definitely appreciate the banter. Nobody really was bad at it.
All right. So the one thing I didn't like was parts of the 9 Inch Nails stuff. Okay. I'm not a huge fan of 9 Inch Nails, but some of their stuff I like. And in this case, I didn't think the music matched the situation sometimes. I think it was I want to say John Carpenter-esque. where it's just, okay, I wrote the movie, so this music's going in it. But John Carpenter has some good music too, and not like I said, Nine Inch Nails has some good songs. The songs themselves with the vocals in it, where you can hear Trent Reznor singing, those were good, and they fit the situation. It was the music in between I didn't think fit the cinematography right. I don't think it fit the situation right.
What, did you feel like it was like too dark, or
yes, I do. In places where it should have been lighter. And here's the other thing: I think you're used to scores being extravagant and big time symphony stuff, and I think it was empty in places, and where music could have helped to carry the story a little bit more. Because music in a movie or in a TV show, or even this show, it carries the mood of what you're trying to convey, and I didn't think it matched it right. Karen, what'd you think of the movie?
I can see your point. I kind of like the heavier stuff, so like on a personal level, I liked it just in general.
See, you're implying that I don't like heavier stuff, and that's not true.
I don't know though. Who likes? I mean, I think I like heavier things than you do.
Okay.
I'm not saying you don't like heavy things.
I think music, like a lot of things in life, are phases, and I've went through some pretty heavy phases. I mean, I've never gone, like Lamb of God or something like that. You're not going to get me there. A couple Ghost songs I was okay with, but anyway,
I do understand your point about like it being too heavy for certain spots, because there's nothing really terribly tragic going on. It was mostly just, I think the way it's going is like it's focusing on things from the point of view of the bad guy. It had a lot of that. I think that's why I was going for that.
I will tell you also, there's one post-credit scene, and it's a mid-credit scene, and it's worth it if you are a fan of Tron. Because I had explained to Cameron what it was afterwards, because I saw the original, and I don't believe that I ever showed him the original.
I don't think I've ever seen it. The other thing I'll say, too, is the fighting and the action scenes, really good, in my opinion.
And there were a lot of 80s references.
Yeah, and a lot of good.
And they even said, that's so 80s.
I like these.
So they knew their audience. The demographics of the theater was old people and video game nerds.
Yep.
Which is kind of what I expected. Some people were struggling getting up the stairs, just like me. Except not as much. I mean, and it's a 2-hour movie, so it's going to hit you somewhere in there, especially if you drink a really big drink like I did. So I would say, and we'll get Cameron's opinion on it, go see it, especially if you like the first one and you like the second one. I think you'll like it. You ain't got nothing to do. You're not going to go, man, this is horrible.
It's a solid experience. Also, the other thing is just like, I liked the music. Well, the effects and everything was loud enough to like impact you. I like that. I like being able to feel it. If that makes sense.
It does make sense. I will say, again,
there's a pause. I was making sure the pause.
No, I'm also doing that, that 15 or 20% that has to concentrate on producing.
Ah, gotcha.
Yes, I was doing that while you were speaking, because I'm award winning and all that kind of stuff. But I also this is very Nine Inch Nails sounding. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back. Anyway, both of us are saying go see it. So if you get a chance, go see it. Check it out. It's pretty good. We come back, we're going to talk some Peacemaker Season 2 and the controversial ending, and maybe a little bit of GN5. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. No, this even has some side. A little bit. Yeah, it's melancholy. Did you notice what he did to the Rubik's Cube?
Yeah.
He beat it in a couple seconds while they were talking. Yeah, it was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, well, the other thing too, and
he is a computer program, so of course he should be able to.
Well, the other thing I was gonna say too is like I liked the background information on why the characters are skilled in the way that they are. They do it quickly, but they give you enough information. I was like, oh, the girl was into motocross. That's how she's able to do all this stuff. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense. And then you have like all the training stuff for the program itself.
Hey, the real world application of light cycles, I thought was really good.
Yes.
And the light cycles themselves, thank you, Chris. The light cycles themselves were pretty sweet. And they were, there's a part where you actually see what the old ones look like.
Yeah, and I forgot about that for a second. I was like, ooh.
Quite the upgrade.
Indeed. What's really funny is like, so I used to watch like Let's Play stuff from like Achievement Hunter and all that. There was a light cycle mode on GTA 5 of all things.
Really?
And they would go up against each other in like this massive, like different kinds of arenas and stuff. And it was always funny when Gavin died, just because you just have a British guy screaming at high pitch. Where
it's never not funny,
and it's always like neck and neck and all that stuff. But like they'd have to outsmart each other and do all that stuff. It's like one of the best moments was one guy like completely cut off the other guy. The dude also was following a different trail, so he had to weave between one and the other. Like drove on the side of this tube, shot out, got onto the other end of the tube, and then was able to like go around the thing.
I am curious. I mean, I don't want to get too into it, but what was it actually made out of? So
yeah, what was the materials used to actually make it in real life?
Yeah.
Well, the other thing too, you know, all those little bits that were together. That's how an STL typically, or that's how like 3D printers are making things. Those are supports. So technically, they're 3D printing all of these.
Well, yeah, I got that part.
But how do you make organic material out of that?
Maybe we'll find out someday.
Probably. We're heading in that direction. Which would not be a bad idea, because I mean, infinite food then. If you can figure out how to make data into an actual physical object.
Interesting. Thought-provoking. The Upstate Pulse.
That's what we tend to be, you know?
No, we're silly. Proof that you can get paid very little for your smart mouth right here. So we know this is going to be one of those nights where we don't have as much activity on the stream because both Clemson and Carolina are about to play or are already playing. So a good portion of the audience is watching that, and I get it. I don't blame you. I'm waiting for the Gamecock game to come on. I got it on over here on my screen over here so I can check it out. I got to remember we have another break to take. Thank you, Chris. So do I. If I couldn't multitask, there was this one dude that I used to work with who said guys can't multitask. I'm like, you're an idiot.
Why specifically guys?
That's what he was very. Okay. It's hard to explain. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo and Cameron keeping you company on a Saturday night. We are your wingmen. If you are out on your first nerd date, yeah, we've already impressed to date. You're going to make it to date too. You're welcome.
You're a fan of the Upstate Pulse too.
You are welcome, and
where you're in, baby,
so to speak. All right, Peacemaker season 2, the final episode just aired Thursday, and we're going to spoil here, and I've got to keep an eye on the clock. Here's the first thing. There may not be any more Peacemaker seasons.
By the way, I have a theory on this.
This may be it.
Because it'll be a different name.
Maybe because it will be a different name. That is possible. That he is no longer the central character. And there's also a thing that he's not there anymore. So, which we're gonna talk about that. All right. So the penultimate episode, Christopher Smith he gave himself up. He is caught by Argus. So in this episode, they've decided to try to go through all the dimensional doors, and they are looking for something. And here's the thing. They can't get through all the doors, and they don't try to force those doors, which is weird because you would think that they would have some sort of computer to put Economos to try to figure out the codes for those doors.
They don't have codes. That's the thing.
But he figured out codes for other stuff.
Yeah, but there's no keypad. There was a keypad on the other one.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, why not bring in a bulldozer or something? I don't know. Just give it
That's a good question.
Or a ram, because
you might open a door that has a black hole on the other side.
Well, SWAT has those ram thing. They're rams. I don't know what else to call them.
It is a ram. You're right.
It's like medieval rams, but you can hold them and they're made out of metal. They could have used those. But anyway, so they were going through all of these, as many doors that would open. One of the first ones they went into is basically Candy World. And when they got into Candy World, it was, what were they called?
Imps.
There were imps, which
were mentioned before. And poor Cupid.
Yeah.
He got his face eaten.
Yeah. So they start losing Argus agents, and then they find out that Rick Flag Sr. doesn't care. All right. So a lot of people are mad because they thought there was going to be a bunch of cameos, and there were. It just wasn't what so Lex's entire crew basically is there by the end of the thing.
Yeah.
So if you watch Superman, his crew that was basically doing the video game stuff, almost all those guys are there, including Otis. So a bunch of those people were there.
I also love the line from Hardcore. It's like, I don't know. Otis seems like he's okay.
Yeah. Rick Flag Sr. has done a deal with Lex Luthor, and Lex Luthor's basically running the thing. And Lex had a mission, and it turns out that Rick Flag Sr. is kind of doing that. So they end up finding a planet that they call Salvation, which has been used in the comic books. James Gunn has said is not the Salvation that you think it is, but he could just be saying that because something happens a little bit later. So the 12th Street kids, 13th Street kids, whatever street they're on. 11th. See, I was there. I was close. They
one block over, man.
I was thinking about Eagly, and
by the way,
I felt sad.
Duna Bros pointing out Grand. They should have used Grand.
Yes, they should have. All right, so they managed to convince Christopher Smith to not leave, and then we got to see what happened on the boat, and it was Nelson. I mean, which is a big deal. Cameron had no idea who Nelson was, but I knew who Nelson was.
I'd also like to bring it back for a second. Yeah, they talked Peacemaker out of not going anywhere, but that was after Vigilante had tased him.
Well, yeah, he tackled him. He
shoulder tackled him so hard.
He did. Sometimes that's what you got to do as a bro, man. That's you got to do that because your bro's not seeing reason. Sometimes you got to get a little physical. That's just
daggum right.
Yeah,
body slam. He got an attitude adjustment.
Yes, he did. So he asked Harcourt again, did the boat mean anything? And she says yes. And so he goes into the hotel room and does that dance that we all do when we're pumped and excited about something good that's happened. Sometimes people see us do it. Sometimes we just do it on our own. If we're watching a sporting event or something good happened in your life, you just do that, and it captured that. The emotion, I think the thing is, people thought it was going to be a big reveal because James Gunn said that this episode will tie into Man of Tomorrow. Well, the planet they found is going to.
Yeah.
And I think people were expecting something grandiose, and it could be. It absolutely could be.
The other thing, too, is I was thinking about this because I was initially disappointed because I was expecting some gigantic climax, but episode 7 was the climax. Episode 8 is the cool down.
As some people said, you should have labeled it an epilogue. But we did see them take all the blood money that Vigilante had even though he said it was cursed, and they used it for something good, and they started Checkmate. So they are now Checkmate, which is pretty cool. Checkmate, big in the comic books, and Sasha Bordeaux actually was in Checkmate, and I believe Peacemaker is in and out of it. So it ties in there. So as the show ends, Christopher Smith is kidnapped, and he's put on that planet on Salvation, and Rick Flag Sr. gets his revenge for his son's murder. And here's the thing. They say what they're going to do is they're going to take metas who keep escaping from Arkham and then from Belle Reve, and they're going to put them on that planet. Well, the original comic book, they did that, and they found out that planet was full of dangerous creatures, which you hear in the distance.
I think I was doing some research.
And
too.
also, it was a Desaad planet.
Yes, one of Desaad's training grounds, which, if you don't know who Desaad is, he works for
Darkseid.
Darkseid.
Yeah, and we didn't think it'd be going that way, and it doesn't mean it is. I think everyone, because of the cover of the script for Man of Tomorrow, has a human head with basically an anatomy class picture with the brain showing. Everyone just thought for sure that's Brainiac. Doesn't mean it won't be.
It could just, I mean, James Gunn could just be trolling us with that.
And it also could be, I've heard some people saying that all those metas get there and then Mongol finds it.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
So, I mean, there are a lot of things that could happen. And he's also said that it will tie into Lanterns in a way. So chances are metas are going to start disappearing, and they're not going to know why. And they're going to have to try to figure out where they're going. So this is going to come into play in a lot of things. I really enjoyed the season. It was more about these misfits coming together, which is what James Gunn does really well, finding out they all love each other and need each other, and eagerly hugged John Economos at the end of the show. So, I mean, it's worth it for that. So we know he'll be taken care of. All right, we're going to take a break. We come back. We'll find something else to talk about to end the hour. I haven't decided yet. I'll figure it out during the break. Listen to the Upstate Pulse. I know it's an amazing tease, wasn't it? Listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
You did. What I was doing? No, it's just. Trey, I think autocorrect got you too, because Dad, instead of apocalypse, I come from alpacalypse.
Apocalypse?
Bow before dark side.
Yeah.
I hail from alpacalypse.
So everything looks like it was like a bro hug. You're right, Trey. That's exactly what it was like. It was a one-winged hug.
A one-winged hug?
Yeah, he just put one wing on him. Like it's kind of like we're good, dude. It's all right.
Sorry, the strings started popping in my head. Dun 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 dun. Did you do it? Okay, that was well done. It made me laugh.
Yeah, it also reminded me of monkeys ripping people's faces off.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, it was brutal.
By the way,
Poor Cupid.
As soon as they went in, and he was all like the first one in, I was like, he's dead. He's so dead.
Pony boy, I mean Cupid. He did.
What I love so much is that Flurry actually wisened up and got out of there.
Yeah. And Flurry will be in Man of Tomorrow.
The other thing too is like, he's actually really good at his job.
Checkmate's going to show up on a bunch of stuff.
He legitimately.
We just don't know who from Checkmate's going to show up.
The only thing that can actually beat Flurry is his birds.
Blindness is no joke. Excuse me, Pappy, could I have my other pop?
Sure.
Do you mind delivering it?
I'll mosey on down.
Thank you.
Here at Pappy's Pop Palace, we procure. I ran out of P words.
It happens.
The gerbil fell off the wheel.
No.
It's hitting its life alert button.
Don't talk about gerbils.
Well, why not? Those things were imps, not
I
gerbils.
guess I could change the thing, but I'm not going to do that.
Be sure to give me 5 stars.
I'll do
Or
that.
else.
I'll do that. I'm afeared. I'm scared.
Evidently, dragons exude the same kind of fear that I do. That's a D&D reference.
That reminds me of How to Train Your Dragons on Peacock right now.
Oh,
The live action. That interests me. Most live action
I'm
stuff
sure it'll
do
be
not,
good.
But I've heard it's really good.
Same.
What's up, Steven? Silly little thing called love. I know that's not what it is, but for some reason that just made me think of that. Could be, when no one's mentioning anything about Vandal Savage. So it could be him. Who knows? It's got to be something big enough that will make Lex and Superman pair up. Welcome back to the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo and Cameron here having fun on a Saturday night. During the break, we were still talking about Peacemaker and also talking about how it's going to tie into Man of Tomorrow.
We're also talking about spider facts.
Spider facts?
Yeah. You forgot about that. Okay, never mind.
It's all right.
The bit between Adrian and Flurry.
Oh, yeah. Spider facts. Is it?
Facts.
For some reason I was thinking, like, you can fax spiders?
No, there was a T in there. There's
Okay.
him somewhere underneath.
All right. That's all if you want to be a part of the show, 800-905-0989 is the text line. We are also live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, and on X at either the Upstate Pulse or 98.9 WORD. Jump on there, interact with us and the other people who are on there, and a lot of which are regulars and are here every week. And we're very grateful because it's a little more difficult to get people during football season, especially on a night like tonight when Clemson and Carolina both have games and it's going on right now for both of them. So many different possibilities of who the main villain is going to be for Man of Tomorrow. And also a lot of people pretty angry about the Rick Flag Sr. heel turn, because it's definitely a heel turn. But at the same time, it's vengeance for his little boy. I mean, I don't think people are thinking about it that way.
He doesn't care who else whoever gets hurt, as long as he got revenge on Peacemaker.
And you knew that's what he was trying to do the entire year and the entire season, and he was able to do it at the end. I mean, he might have killed him before, but he got saved. And this way, it solves a couple things. They find out if the planet is safe. I don't know how they're going to keep track of him. And the other question is, will he show up again? Will Peacemaker show up again? Will we ever see Peacemaker again? He may die on that planet. We don't know. Or he may conquer and become the ruler of that planet. He may show up in a long beard and long hair. I mean, it could be a lot of things that could happen. You may see him cooking a pterodactyl over an open fire. I don't know. But the way they're talking is that that's it for Peacemaker. And Cameron pointed out earlier, maybe they're going to change the name. Maybe they change the name and Checkmate. I don't know.
That's my guess.
I know that there are a lot of people saying they enjoyed the first season more. I enjoyed the second season more. Probably because I'm more into heartfelt things and seeing growth in people, and that's what we were able to see as far as that goes. Let me tell you about Borderlands Comics and Games, 410 South Pleasantburg Drive. It is my favorite place to go. It's one of the only places that I do go other than work. And of course, I go to the movies and some stuff like that. But I love to go over there and hang out and just walk around and look at stuff and engage in conversation with the people there, because they're your friends and they're into the stuff that you're into. And if you can't find something, they will help you. They have video games, vintage video games, if you're into that. They have vintage toys, if you're into that. They have a bunch of D&D stuff, including figurines. They have dice. They have paint. If you are someone with steady hands and can paint your figure, which I did like when we first started playing, probably will never do again, because it's meticulous and painstaking, and it's really hard to paint eyes on a thing that's really small. They also have trades. They have graphic novels. They have gaming tables for, I believe it's on Thursday night. They stay open later, and people come in there and they play Warhammer 40K. They play Pokemon. They play all kinds of different stuff in there, and it's really cool. 410 South Pleasantburg Drive, Borderlands Comics and Games, open 7 days a week. When you go in there, tell them you heard about it on the Upstate Pulse, or don't. You don't have to tell them that. I mean, you don't. Speaking of that, another shout out to South Carolina Comic-Con Fall Edition. Met some people that security guard come up and talk to me, who was a fan of the fan, actually. Got to meet him. See my old friend John Boone, who I hadn't seen in 20 years, but I know about what he does. He has a student-led radio station, also called The Pulse, and it's pretty cool that he's a teacher now, and he's one of the first substitute teachers in radio that I ever dealt with. So, like Tara had a substitute teacher yesterday. It's when those people come around and they're fill-in hosts, and it's pretty cool for them. It's pretty cool for you, as long as you remember to take care of them like you should. I understood that he actually did a really good job. When we come back on the other side of the break, we are going to do AI Takeover. We're going to talk some wrestling, some oops, some tinfoil stories, some video games, and so much more. Listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. And I missed my window, but I'm going to fix it.
You're going to adjust your window?
Well, yeah, you'll see, or you won't see. It was a noobable moment, but I'm going to fix it because skill.
News Talk 98.9
WORD, the voice
of the Carolinas.
WYRD FM, WYRD HD1, Spartanburg, Greenville, Anderson, Clemson.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Look at that. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Way to go, LA Knight.
Peace deal is underway with a ceasefire in effect and Israel beginning to move troops back to previously agreed lines. Fox's Jennifer Griffin has the latest on how the U.S. will take part in ongoing negotiations for the future of Gaza.
They will be working with the Egyptians, the Turks, the Qataris, as well as the IDF, and they will also have aerial surveillance. They will be coordinating humanitarian aid, security aid, and they will be.
You know what? I think I'm going to do that first, just because I want to.
But the biggest question is,
I can move things around because I want to.
The statements from the Hamas leaders
Yeah.
do not suggest that they will disarm, and if they don't, then you could be back to fighting in a very short period of time. But first, they're focusing on getting the hostages home.
And there are believed to be 48 hostages still in Gaza, but only about 20 of those are believed to be alive. As many as 6 people are dead and several injured overnight in a shooting in
We've done so many segments on this show over the last decade that some of them I forget. Some of them really hit for a while, and then, I'll just wait and talk about this on the air.
And Robert Eichhoff of the FBI says they're doing what they can to track down anyone responsible.
The FBI currently has brought agents in to assist in the canvassing, the interviewing.
I also figured out a way after so many years of eliminating the noob for Fox.
I feel like you
It means I have to do something a different way, but it's something I should have thought of a long time ago. Instead of fading it, this is going to be shocking to anyone who understands what I'm saying. Instead of fading it, because we have faders on the board, instead of fading it, I turn it off. Huh? Look at that. Yeah. Only took me, a really long time to figure that out. I just turn it off, so it can't get, the fader can't be knocked up a little bit where it can be heard just barely by people who have better ears than me. Because I just turn it off. Had to fader up the entire time, first hour, because I turned it off. You didn't hear it. I win. Which older show would that be? You're talking about Scoreboard?
Yeah, he's talking about Scoreboard.
I have like some old bits and stuff from it saved on my Google Drive, but that stuff is really dated in some ways, but most of the things that I made promos about, I think I kept a lot of that stuff just because it was so silly. And as usual, and it has been the same with almost everything that I do on radio. I still can't believe I'm allowed to do it. Rarely do I get called and told, oh, you mean from the first year of this show? Probably not. I used to do that, and I think I stopped. I don't know why. When we were doing the Scoreboard, like I have a bunch of DVDs that I made with audio on them, not with video of the stuff.
Are we ever going to make like a collection of music that we've done, like a collection of parody songs?
I had thought about doing that, but I was just going to do a KTEL Records thing. KTEL Records back in the day would do compilations of stuff. I was going to do that,
Like,
but I kind of did that with Rob's Hat.
Yeah. Get to, yeah.
Still can't believe Raven did that.
Raven did so good.
Well, the thing
I was
is,
struggling
you
so
guys have natural harmony because you're brother and sister.
Yeah. I felt like my throat was going to bleed by the time I got done recording that. One of the rougher ones.
It was worth it. Not everyone gets to do that sort of thing.
Nope.
And the question was asked earlier what I write. I also have written 3 novels. They've never been edited. They've been read. Cameron hasn't even read them.
Would you let me read them?
Well, right now I got to noob myself.
Yeah.
Daggone it. That's what I get for bragging.
I've solved the problem. There's no way anything can go
No, I solved that problem. I just pushed the wrong button. I mean, that's all I did. That's all I did, but that's what I did. I pushed the wrong button. That's my bad.
Uh-oh. Say, and
I just want to go home now because I made a mistake, and I don't do that. I don't make mistakes.
well, the Papa Takeover is going to happen.
Mm,
I want to stay then.
yeah, probably we would. That might actually get me in trouble.
Also, to piggyback on what Dad was saying, I have written 1 book. I'm trying to get it edited right now.
I don't think I'm very good, but other people have said that they enjoyed it.
You don't know until you put it out there.
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen?
Nothing. And that's a problem.
Yeah.
Welcome into hour number 2 of the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo and Cameron having fun on Saturday night. If you would like to be a part of this here program, 800-905-0989 is the text line. We are also live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, and on X at either the Upstate Pulse or 98.9 WORD. Also on my personal page, which is Lonzo on Word. Bob McClain back in the day said we had to do it that way, and I did it, and I just never changed it. So even though I am not exclusively on Word, I am also on the Fan. I just left it that way not because of laziness, but because I don't remember how to change it. So
Oh, I was about to say strategic.
no,
but-
I just don't remember how to do it, and I could probably figure it out. Something else I don't remember how to do, and that is run a error-free program. And because I don't know how to do that, I owe you guys this.
Well, daggum, you done just messed up, boy. Oh, yeah, boy, you done moved it down. Oh, you in trouble. Ooh-wee.
If you're listening closely, you heard me fire music instead of a commercial break earlier. Because of that, I am noobing myself because I am better than that, and I know I'm better than that, but I think recent history proves I'm not. I believe I'm better than that, but I guess I'm not.
At least you'll never be as bad as Odie that one night.
That is true. And I was getting ready to play something, and then you said something nice, so I'm not going to do it.
It's definitely a no for me, dog.
That was not what I was going to play. That's what I was going to play. That's high praise for sure. So in this hour, we are going to do AI Takeover. We've got Oops, and we've got a new old thing that we're going to play. All right, so I was talking about this during the break, during the top of the hour break on stream. We've done so many bits for a really long time here, like I said, over a decade, that some of them I've forgotten. Now, some of my ideas bomb big time. I mean, to the point where everyone around me looks at like, what was that? Like when I did Nick Cage news, knowing that Chris Evans could do Nick Cage and he couldn't. I just my belief in him was so much that he could do so many voices that he could do it.
You found the one he couldn't.
Then I played the intro and gave him the story and he couldn't do it. There are some things that I do that I think in my mind are really good and they're really going to hit and that you guys are going to enjoy it. And then they're not. But then there are other things that are pretty good. And a lot of times, here's one of the main reasons why I like having a full room in here, because it's like having a touch of a live audience in the studio with you. So if you can make the people in the studio feel uncomfortable or laugh or engaged in in-depth discussion about something, then you know that you're probably doing something pretty good. There's also sometimes people in the room don't get it because they're just not with it that day.
I will say I do always have the enjoyment of like competing with you to make Odie break.
And I've almost always had someone in here that I've tried to break because it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. The hardest person to
Usually
break,
they're producing. So
the hardest person to break is Chris Evans. And because he's an actor. And because he's an actor, he's hard to break.
he is a well-disciplined thespian.
Because he will act like he's not breaking. But if you watch any of the Upstate Pulse annual Christmas karaoke special, which you should because it's coming up in a few weeks.
Oh, boy.
It's a little more than a few weeks. It's like 3 times that. But it'll be here before you know it because I don't know if we're mid-October, just about. I mean, today is the 11th of October.
Yeah.
Cameron's going to be 43 next year.
Stop
next
it.
month.
Stop it. Stop doing that to me. Don't wish me older.
Okay. Well, if you're 43, man, I'm probably not here anymore. I don't mean on this mortal plane. I mean not here anymore because I will have retired. Because that would be
Never retire.
that would be over a decade. I don't, maybe we could hit the lottery if we ever played it. So anyway, so there are some things that have hit and some things that have not. I've enjoyed doing the parody songs, for sure, which all started when Chris and I were having a competition about who could do the best Kermit the Frog. And then we did Rainbow Connection, and I still believe I won, but the listener said I did not. So it started there, and that's when we started hearing voices, and we found out that a lot of the guys on the show could do other voices, and that's where the Upstate Pulse annual Christmas karaoke special came from. I would tell you, we've got some stuff planned for you guys that's going to be pretty good.
You are not prepared.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you who's going to be on the show because it's always a surprise every year. I'm guessing that Matthew's going to write a play, but he ain't been here in a while. So we did see him.
We should probably ask him.
We did see him last Sunday. So that's part of the fun, see if he's going to be here or not. I mean, he's just a guest. He's not required to be here, although we do enjoy when he's here. I understand why Odie's not here. And I enjoy when he is here. But I also like when there's a full room of people and that I can direct, and hopefully things end up what I hear in my head. One of those things a long time ago, when I was setting up my cart wall, I found a theme for a segment that I've been throwing everything in the signs of the impending apocalypse. Some of it is not, because some of it may or may not be real. Some of it may be some sort of conspiracy theory. And if it is a conspiracy theory, you need your tinfoil hat.
I think there are certain questions about certain aspects of certain parts of this situation that require an evaluation about whether or not this is or is not a valid.
I dare you to produce one credible source about this.
Uh-oh, dead air.
This information cannot leave this room, okay?
Is that a real thing? Because that does not sound like a real thing.
It's a real thing. I knew it. Okay, do you see that one coming?
All right, so that is our tinfoil music for stuff that it may be real, it may not be real. I don't know. It's a conspiracy.
It sounds stealthy.
It does, doesn't it? It sounds like, very covert, I guess. So this comes down to, do you believe this or not? I'm not going to tell you where I fall on this, but I am going to tell you what this is. Alien DNA found inside humans. All right, so there's this expert. At least he says he's an expert. I guess going to college and being a professor and stuff makes you an expert.
You definitely need the plankton I went to college thing on your cart wall.
It was inserted into our genes. And here's how this guy, I need to find out.
Why are they in our genes?
Yeah.
Leave my denim alone.
All right. Humanity may be undergoing genetic transformation. I'm sure that's how he sounds. Lead researcher, Dr. Max Rimpel. He's actually Russian, so it probably sounds more Russian, but I'm losing my voice, so I can't do the Russian. If Odie was here, he could, but he's not. The founder and CEO of the DNA Resonance Research Foundation. Putting a couple R's together. It's like Red Ribbon Army. He told the Daily Mail. So, I mean, that's where we got the story from. So it's got to be true, right? If proven, this would be as world-shattering as recovering a flying saucer, said Nigel Watson, author of Portraits of Alien Encounters Revisited. Rimpel came to this far-fetched seeming conclusion by analyzing DNA from both regular people and those who have claimed to have been abducted by aliens. So here's the thing. The anal probing, it was for a reason. So you got to get.
They never told me what the reason was.
Yeah, you got to get the DNA in there somehow. Yeah, and I just. So what do you guys think? Text line 800-905-0989 on stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or X. Do you believe that alien DNA was inserted into humans who have been abducted? So here's the thing. If it's true, then we're being conditioned for something. Okay. So here's the thing. So listen, I don't know how it's got to be anal probing, because why else would they do that other than to insert DNA into human beings? So here's the thing. Are they sleeper agents? Are these people who have been abducted by aliens who have alien DNA in them? Are they sleeper agents? Or does this alien DNA at some point become an alien baby.
What, we got
some-
like chest bursters or
Yeah,
something?
I mean,
Like,
it could be. It could be. It could be like xenomorphs. I don't know. I just all right. So anyway, it's a theory. It's a conspiracy. It could be true, but now we know why there's anal probing. That's why there's anal probing. We're gonna take a break.
we're not going to continue this.
No. I think I've said all that needs to be said. Did you have something to add to it?
Not anything great. No.
Okay. All right. There you go. People have wondered for years why that was going on, and now DNA is being found. So that's got to be why, right?
I like how the stream's just like, no.
Yeah. Hey, we're here to make you think sometimes. You may not want to think too much about that.
It's a no for me, dog.
Just go watch an episode of Rick and Morty. You listen to Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Oh, jeez.
I think it's a perfectly feasible question.
Here's the thing. How would they know if it's alien?
The dude's a geneticist. He's comparing normal DNA
to.
He's taking normal DNA
So-
from a human who hasn't been. This is how theories work. From a human who hasn't been abducted, and taking the DNA from a human who has been abducted, and he's found DNA that doesn't appear to be human. See, you're doubtful, but people once thought the earth was flat. Some of them still do, and we all think they're stupid.
True.
Or at least crazy.
Oh, no. I think we summoned him.
And no, I cannot tell you what was sent to us by one Mr. Fitzgerald. If he were here, though, that would have broke him.
Chris's comment, too. I just saw the aliens are on the sex registry list, like the sex offender list.
I don't know.
They should
Maybe the
be.
universal one.
What? I'm gonna stop.
No, see, this
What
is
if-
this is perfect, Mark, because the aliens know that the other human beings are going to think they're crazy. So you can talk about it like crazy.
It's like that episode of Community where they abducted everyone for the air conditioning repair school. Why are we showing you all of this? Because no one will believe you.
Exactly. I mean,
Why is that astronaut in the back corner making paninis? John Goodman. I remember as John Goodman who did that whole thing. Also, on an earlier thing, Chris, you should absolutely write that book. Also, Mark, I'm glad that you're getting that paperback out soon. That sounds awesome. And Apples, I'm not 40.
he's not 40.
I'm not 40.
He's not 40. I was just joking around. He's not even close to being.
Yeah, I'm 31.
You're 47. What are you going to do? I'm quoting.
Yeah, you're quoting a movie.
No, I'm quoting Braun Breaker. He said that.
What did he say that
He said that to LA Knight. I play that on the Rob Brown show all the time. Against Rob, who is not 47, he's only 40. But I played enough people will think he's 47.
Yeah.
And he's been acting 47 lately, so
Well, I do that.
which
too.
I know how 47 is because I was that once.
I do that to a person I know quite often. I'd be like, well, you're almost 40.
Like you.
Compared to who? I'm on the lower spec. I'm like further away from 40 than a lot of other people.
You know what? Speaking of books, that's what I'm waiting, man. I will give a therapist an entire anthology Just be like, and here's book 1 of Lonzo. Maybe they have a poultice or a balm or some sort of salve for you, Odie.
Don't worry, I got Pampers Poultice. Don't ask how I got to apply it.
Oh, no.
Shall we play a game?
What'd you do?
How
I didn't
about
do anything.
global thermonuclear war?
Use popsicle sticks.
bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
You wanted to know what the Matrix is, Neo?
This isn't real.
What is real?
The survivors of the nuclear fire called the war Judgment Day. They lived only to face a new nightmare, the war against the machines.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. It's AI Takeover time, and we have several things. I mean, and some of this is good and some of it's bad. Listen, especially with Sora. We talked about Sora a little bit last week, Sora 2, and what people were able to do with that. I think our own Charlie James actually tried some AI, and it turned out pretty good. I noticed it looked really good, and we all liked it because Charlie did it, and Charlie does good stuff. But then there's things like wrestling George Washington versus Abraham Lincoln, and then people are starting to do some pretty bad stuff with it and some pretty funny stuff with it because there are creative people out there. And here's one of the things that you're doing that's not good. Police departments worldwide warn against the dangers of the homeless man prank using AI to simulate a home invasion. What some people think is funny, I just don't understand. I think I quoted a song there. The prank involves sending AI-generated images of a homeless person in the recipient's home, causing panic and wasting police resources. The trend has spread on various social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat, prompting authorities to issue warnings. Authorities emphasize that the prank dehumanizes the homeless, creates panic, and diverts police resources from genuine emergencies. I don't think the homeless know that they're being dehumanized. Really, the panic thing is the problem. The fact that people are, freedom is awesome. It really is. But some people abuse that freedom, and some people abuse things that are free like this.
Yeah.
Being able to create something this is the equivalent of what's is it doxing? What is it where you call the cops on someone?
It's swatting.
Swatting. Yeah.
Swatting. But it's a weird, it's close to that because it's creating a false concern.
That's just one of those things. And that's probably only going to get worse. I don't know how you regulate that. I don't know how you solve that. I really don't. And here's the thing. We talked about this a little bit last week. I want to talk about it again this week. Here's the problem. As good as this stuff is getting, there are some people who are easily fooled, and there are some people who are not that easily fooled, but they want to believe something, so they believe it. Which is why right now, when I look at Twitter, I can believe a lot of the stuff on Twitter. When I look at Facebook, I can't believe hardly any of it. I'm seeing all these made up stories, and then you got AI to go along with it, and it's rough, man. And it's only going to get more difficult, including this. Reba McEntire calls out AI generated fake pregnancy photos and Dolly Parton deathbed images. So Dolly Parton's sister put a call out for prayer for her because she wasn't feeling good. So people used AI to put her on her deathbed. And apparently they used AI to make Reba McEntire pregnant, which she's like in her 50s or 60s. I'm not saying that's not impossible. And in the Bible, old people had babies all the time, but still. Here's what Reba McEntire said. You're out there dying. I'm out here having a baby. Well, both of us know you're too young and I'm too old for any of that kind of nonsense.
That's pretty funny.
Yes. Yes. So that's just another way that this stuff is getting out of hand and it's causing problems.
Yep.
And that's the thing. Some of this is funny. Some of it's harmless. Some of it is very creative. Some of it is the opposite of that. And I again, there's no regulation for it, and I don't know how there can be.
There's got to be a way to have something scan it to be able to depict whether or not something's
It's
AI
the old
or
thing.
not.
Once Pandora's box has been opened, you can't put all that stuff back in it.
Definitely not. There was a lot of monsters in that thing.
There were a lot of monsters in that. All right. Mad Max director George Miller says AI is here to stay and change things. It's way more egalitarian, which I don't know what that means, and will make filmmakers available to anyone who has a calling to it. It's probably egalitarian.
It is egalitarian.
Yeah. You say that like you've heard that word before.
Yeah, I have.
Have you? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
You are smarter than me. So
I don't think that's necessarily true.
you got them book smarts. You achieved a higher education than I did. So in some things, I would say that for sure.
You also
were
gave me
smarter
the
than
books.
Well,
So
okay, that's true. So this filmmaker, George Miller, who made Mad Max, Fury Road and stuff, he's okay with it. And there are some filmmakers out there like, okay, it's going to make stuff easier. It's not going to take as long to do animation, which puts animators out of work.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of things with innovation comes strife for somebody. When things are improvements in some ways eliminates jobs in others. All right, before we go to break, let's check out the stream and texters. Odie apparently has been abducted again, and he's on a spaceship. So I'm glad that you are able to receive us up there. I don't know if you're listening to us on your phone, on the internet, or if the aliens indeed have some sort of device that picks up our signal.
do we need to go save him after the show or like?
All right, Texter says Reba is 70. Okay, I knew she was up there. Let's see. Mark says, Lonzo, what I'm concerned about are aliens showing up here and claiming they seeded the earth with our DNA. A lot of nut job guests on Coast to Coast made that claim, which is against most religions on earth. True. And seeded is a good word for that. Let's see. Texter says the cattle mutilations are the results of aliens creating artificial wombs. So maybe they take eggs and then do what they got to do. Maybe they're a dying species that uses abductees to carry on their genes, or maybe they're making hybrids to infiltrate the human race like an intergalactic sleeper cell. That's what I think it is. That's what I think it is right there.
Or daggum space perverts.
Well, no, because the intergalactic sleeper cell, what it does is it infiltrates high places in governments and then finds a way to change the climate into what is more acceptable for that alien species.
Why does it just sound like an episode of V?
Yes. Dunabro says, have you never seen Battlestar Galactica? Yes, I have seen Battlestar Galactica, the old one, the original, and then when it came back on, and then the newer one, which is a long time ago. All right, we're going to take a break. We come back, we're going to hit some oops and some video games and a bunch more joyous things to talk about. If you're abducted by aliens tonight, please be guarded. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk.
Punch hard.
98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Never stop clenching.
I'm just guessing if it were a thing, when you're abducted, you're probably roofied in some way. So it's the deed
Like
is
I said, space pervert.
the deed is done by the time you
The dude might also be done.
by the time you wake up.
As long as it ain't the daggum glory.
Listen, I'm not trying to be not safe for work or anything like that. I'm just saying that these are possibilities.
This is not what I expected when I came in here today.
Like I'm ever going to give it away what I'm going to do.
No, you don't.
Sometimes I don't know what I'm going to do till I do it.
You are,
Plausible deniability.
yeah, that.
obviously, I don't have alien DNA because it would have stopped me from. Although you make light of the situation and people are like, oh, it's just, and then I was told by someone who used to work here a long time ago, smile in their face, tell them the truth about what you think about them, and they're just going to see your smile.
Yeah.
And she was right.
I like the ongoing Jeopardy there, Chris. Alex, take the space therapist. By the way, egalitarian, relating to or believing in the principle that all people are equal and deserve equal rights and opportunities.
Oh, he's going to catch you. Hang on to the ball.
Also, the reason why like that's fresh in my head is Stellaris. Stellaris has like a whole bunch of civics and stuff, including like the ideologies of what your like empire believes in or like skews towards.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you with a calm. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000,
Oh no, alignment is down.
sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids, no matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA.
Here's the thing. I don't think any of you guys would have read these stories and not thought the same thing. If you read the DNA story, would you not have thought that?
It would have crossed my mind.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just daring to say stuff that other people wouldn't. No,
boo me up,
Goose. I've seen it on Facebook or something, and my daughter's driven by it, but it was during the day. Really tempted for me and Cameron to go by it tonight when we leave. It's definitely a risk what they did. I've been reading Batman and Robin. I don't think I've been reading year one. I'm a little bit behind. We got a stack of books that I need to get back into. I'm up to date on Titans, and I'm up to date on Nightwing. Also, do they not have carts in college? I mean, I've seen it on a couple games today where players have to come and help someone off the field.
They have all that money. They should be able to buy a cart.
All right, welcome back to the Upstate Pulse. That is the oops intro, which means somebody done got arrested. Usually that's what it means, and it does today. And I have a burning question that I need to ask at the end of it. But let's get to this. All right, a 911 call reported a naked man chasing Walmart employees in the parking lot. Was confirmed by police in North Florida. Talked about this before. Florida man and Ohio man exist because they have no disclosure laws. So you can talk. I mean, they can say, hey, this happened. And you don't have to get a FOIA to get it, which is a Freedom of Information Act and all that stuff.
FOIA.
Yeah, FOIA. I like how Tara says FOIA for some reason. She always seems like she has a New York accent, and she's not from there. I don't think she might be. I don't remember. I got hit in the head today. The man identified as a 33-year-old was found naked and agitated in a wooded area near a store. So here's the thing. So here's my question. Okay. So he got taken to a hospital for evaluation and then arrested for indecent exposure and resisting an officer without violence. That's my other question. Okay. The incident occurred at a Walmart in Lake City, which was closed to customers at the time. So just employees, I guess. The man's behavior was described as paranoid, leading to his arrest and charge. There's just so many I mean, it may be the way this person wrote the story.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions.
Yeah,
there.
it could have a lot to do with it.
How was he paranoid? What was he paranoid
First
about?
of all, how could you tell he was agitated? And was he agitated because you were trying to arrest him? Because if I'm about to be arrested, I'm probably agitated. The other thing is, how do you resist arrest without violence?
Just talking back a lot, or just like not doing what they say?
You bleepity bleep bleep bleep. I mean, I don't know.
Would you like to touch my monkey?
I don't know. I mean, what? No, really, what are you doing? Because I don't know what you're doing.
Also, paranoia. Like, what was he paranoid about?
Maybe that's what he heard in the distance.
Maybe that's why he was running.
Yeah, that would be.
Maybe that's where he was coming from.
Yeah, squeal like a piggy. No, I don't know. No.
Bless your heart.
Yeah, it's never. Why do these things always happen at Walmart?
It's a nexus point for weird. It just attracts it.
Goose says every time Tara says paid, he thinks she says peed. How do you know she isn't? I mean, I don't know that she's not. I mean, she could be. So I just like to know how they knew it was agitated. That's all.
Well, I mean, maybe
here's the thing. Maybe he was agitated. This is a theory. Maybe he was agitated because he was abducted by aliens.
Oh no.
And had DNA going. It could be. I don't know. Maybe
it was on the receiving end.
Why are you messing with the fantasy? We know about the reality. Don't ruin the fantasy, okay?
The Upstate Pulse presents the Nerd Roundtable.
Allow me to elaborate.
Because the guys from your high school debate team need to lay the smackdown.
Are you familiar with the Drake equation?
The one that estimates the odds of making contact with extraterrestrials by calculating the product of an increasingly restrictive series of fractional values, such as those stars and planets, and those planets likely to develop life. N equals R times FP times NE times FL times FI times FC times L.
Yeah, that one. You might want to get out your tape recorder, because it's going to be a historical moment.
All right, so I'm thinking, if someone's listening to the show for the first time tonight, they'll probably get a bad idea about what the show is, because we talk video games.
Feel like
we talk a bunch of things like that, but every once in a while we get out there, especially when I believe, and I could be wrong, because there definitely are people listening, that because Carolina's playing and because Clemson is playing, the audience is not as big.
This is your permission to get weird.
Well, yeah. So I want to talk about Sextus Congenius Venus.
What?
Sextus Congenius Venus. You guys
have a friend named Biggest?
You know Sextus, right? A New Orleans family discovered a mysterious marble tablet in their backyard with Latin characters that included the phrase "spirits of the dead."
What?
Anthropologists identified it as a 1900-year-old grave marker of a Roman sailor named Sextus Congenius Venus, because Verus. It's Verus. Never mind. So I thought this was a joke, because a name like Sextus, Congenius Verus. I don't have my glasses on. I think it's Verus. We're going to go with Verus because.
Yes, it's cousin Gluteus.
Yes. Further investigation revealed that the tablet had been missing from an Italian museum for decades. The FBI is working with Italian authorities to repatriate the artifact, which was used as a garden decoration before being forgotten and sold with a house in New Orleans. The tablet's rediscovery had brought attention to Sextus Congenius Verus, fulfilling the Roman desire to be remembered forever. So there's apparently a Roman desire to be remembered forever. And Sextus Congenius Verus was one of those guys who wanted to be remembered forever. So this is so someone stole this and they put it in their garden.
What kind of rapscallion would do that and forget about it?
I think we all know who it was. Some daggum aliens. Daggum aliens. That's what it is.
What are we going to do with this thing? Use it as a dinner plate? Nah, just toss it.
No, let's use it out. Have our maters grow on it. All right. Sad news today in the world of WWE. It's release time. So there's some major releases that happened in NXT. The biggest shock was that Wes Lee was let go. Wesley, really good for a long time, got hurt, came back, was doing a good job. So I don't know if it's attitude wise or if they're letting him go so he can go to TNA. Lance Anoa'i is gone. Stevie Turner, which is a surprise. She had a pretty good gimmick when she first started wrestling, and then she's been over the lesser thing that I forget what it's called. Zeta Steel. I don't know who that is. Kylie Ray. I know who that is. BJ Ray has been let go. Cameron's boy, BJ Ray from LFG.
Really?
That guy's been let go. It tells you that Hayes Jameson was also let go. That's a surprise. If you watched any of LFG, I really liked Hayes Jameson. I thought she was doing a good job. Summer Sorrell, Draco Knox, Jen Tala, Jamar Hampton, and Zara Zakir. Okay, some of those people I haven't heard of before, but they weren't on TV. They let those go. Let those people go. But Wesley is kind of a shocker. Also, I had talked about this on the Rob Brown show, starring me and Rob Brown, which can be heard on the Fan Upstate Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. It's my other job. I talked about on the Fight Club the fact that there was wrestling this morning because it was in Australia, the PLE this morning, which was Crown Jewel, but in Australia, was on at 8 a.m. So while I was doing my show prep this morning, and it had nothing to do with the way the show prep went, because this in wrestling, there's nothing that kind of goes together there. Speaking of Rob Brown, I hit my microphone because that's what he does. Crown Jewel was great. It was. I don't know if you guys got to watch it. What an awesome PLE, especially John Cena versus AJ Styles. What a great match, because they just started paying tribute to all the people who had helped them along the way and doing their finishing moves. I don't know if it demeans those finishing moves because it didn't work for either guy until the end, but it was pretty cool. And watching AJ Styles and all the moves that he did were from a bunch of TNA wrestlers. And John Cena, with his new intro that he's done for this season, 17 time, that whole thing, he gave Alicia Taylor something to read for AJ Styles, and it was pretty cool too. I really, and I don't know if it's just about nostalgia, but man, what a fun match that was. The PLE overall I thought was really good. Stephanie Vicor beats Tiffy Time, which is a little bit of a shocker. Seth Rollins finally beats Cody for the first, after 4 tries. He finally beats Cody, which wasn't bad. Required some cheating, but that's what a heel does. Let's see. The Kabuki Warriors fall to Rhea and Io, which was a good match. And Roman Reigns actually lost to Bronson Reed.
Did he take his shoes?
No, he did not take his shoes. But the Usos come out to help, and he was pretty upset with the Usos, and he said, I don't want to see you guys till Christmas, which was hilarious because he told them to not come out and help him, because if they came out and helped him, people were saying he can't do it alone, and they were right. By the way, a texter wants the Fan to be on HD3 of 98.9. It is not, but you know what the Fan is on? HD3 of WFBC. So if you are listening to HD channels, go to WFBC, go to HD3 of that channel, which is also in this building, and there you will find the Fan. I hope that helped you. If it didn't, I don't know enough. I kind of understand HD to a degree, but I don't understand it all. I think I was helping drive a car. Sometimes we get cars to drive for advertising purposes, and that had HD on it, had an HD radio on it. But my current one doesn't. So smart cars, they don't want smart cars for some reason. Maybe someday they will.
Very ill-equipped Prius.
Well, I mean, no, it's a smart car. I wouldn't call it a Prius. Prius is a little bit bigger. Let's see. Mark says, before arriving in WWE, Stephanie Vicor was the best woman wrestler on the planet. I'm not surprised. She's really good. She is. And she's pretty, and that helps too. That will help push you in wrestling. But the fact that her skills are there, and I was a little surprised that she beat Tiffy, but she did. And it's been a really good year for Stephanie Vacour, who, when she decided to come there, she wanted to go to NXT first to learn how the way WWE things are done. All right, we have a major death to talk about, and it was really shocking. Ernie the Giant Chicken from Family Guy is now officially dead.
He is?
After a shocking event in the season 23 episode, The Chicken or the Meg, where Meg decapitates him, executive producer Alex Sulkin confirmed the character's permanent death, stating he has gone the way of all flesh after the gag became difficult to top. So Meg apparently was dating the chicken's son, Nugget. And I watched a little bit of it, and he said, "I can't hit you, you're a girl." And then it shows her walking out carrying his head. And then the body walks out and flaps around, as what happens supposedly when a chicken's head is cut off. So Meg killed the chicken.
Huh.
It was pretty shocking.
Not how I expected that to go.
All right, so I'd never watched Family Guy before, but we were at the beach a long time ago. And the only channel that would come in on the TV was a Spanish-speaking channel. So we watched Family Guy in Spanish, and that's the first time I ever saw the fights between Peter and the chicken.
Somehow it being in Spanish made it even funnier.
It made it funnier. So we thought that they were doing that on purpose, and it turned out it was a Spanish.
Yeah, we thought it was a gag.
Yeah, but it was a Spanish channel. We were not aware of that. We found out later. Then we watched Spanish soap operas because they're amazing. All right. Mexican soap opera.
I like myself a good telenovela. Sit down with a bucket of ice cream and
so much emotion conveyed by those. You don't need to know what they're saying. You can feel it.
Yes.
All right. We are taking our final break. When we get back, it is time for the lightning round. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
What's that thing from Sonic 3 where Shadow was watching it? Maria's girl. What the girl's name was?
Maria works. It probably was Maria.
Well, but he'd be sad about that.
Yeah.
It's like, Gloria should just kill them both.
Dag on it. LSU just scored. South Carolina's being competitive against LSU.
Nice.
They were winning a second ago. I'm losing my voice. I'm projecting too hard. Gotta stop doing that. But Saturday is the only time I do that.
Saturday night's all right for projecting.
I'm usually laid back, bro. Normally laid back, bro.
Uh-huh.
Well, I am on the Rob Brown show because
you are typically,
because he brings so much energy. To be opposite of that is to be laid back, bro. I'm chill until it's time to not be chill. Stinking PDA. It's the first time you've noticed this?
yes, I know I played before, but
So if the majority of people don't make the grade for California psychics, if they really were psychics, they would know when they walked through the door whether they would make the grade or not, right?
how dare you question California?
I am
psychics?
questioning California psychics. If you're really psychics, then you know that person's coming in and you're hiring
There's
them.
such a thing as psychic interference. Brain gets all woogly.
Woogly. That's a technical term.
I could say it with more spit to give it more emphasis,
But
but
not necessary.
okay. Make my jowls roll.
Don't want jowls doing anything.
Be like Boss Nass.
No.
You know Boss Nass.
Yeah, and that would short out the board. Don't do that. It's a new board. Let's not have it get wet.
You're in the splash zone.
Yes.
How do you think those guys felt? Phantom Menace. The front row. The gun gets covered in spit.
Well, I'm guessing the Jedi were fine because they just put up a force shield.
Yep, that's
Yeah. I mean, you can't always see those unless you run into it. So I mean,
Master, he's a spitter. Just don't talk about it, Qui-Gon. Or just don't talk about it.
yeah, he looks at Qui-Gon's like, why did you do that for? Oh, I better do it too. And the next thing you know,
Master? Oh! I'm so shiny in like the.
I'm tired.
I've been yelling so much today.
I'm sorry. I don't know how to be funny quietly. Maybe I don't know how to be funny, period. It does look interesting, Mark, to the point where sometimes I'm like, I may want to go see it, and other times not. But I want to see it just for the robot.
Yeah, I kind of want to see it for
Okay, right, so let's do that.
Lightning can only strike twice so many times.
All right, W has spoken. That means it's time for the lightning round, where we squeeze in as many things as we possibly could and can.
Looks like the aliens.
No.
Just like the aliens.
Chris wants to know, so is the Upstate Pulse Commando team going to rescue Odie after the show? If we were, we would call you Chris and Bill Frady.
All right, happy posse, mount up.
Yeah, and that would be all we would need, and we would free him. But let's just face it, he's probably happy where he is. I don't know.
He's enjoying himself.
He is.
Why would we interrupt him?
It's like
We definitely wouldn't want to see it.
It's like being on the peninsula. All right, Batman Nightfall animated epic event is set for 2026. So it's going to be a 3-part animated series. The DC animated stuff is usually really good. I don't know if that'll change under James Gunn or not. New York Comic Con's going on right now. We don't have a lot of stuff from there. There's just so much that we'll probably get to next week. During Warner Brothers Animation, the Art Night Batman and Animation panel on Friday, the studio announced the epic saga Batman Nightfall will debut on digital and home entertainment in 2026 with the first installment currently in production with DC and Warner Brothers Home Entertainment. Batman Nightfall Part 1, Nightfall. The Cape Crusader is pushed to his mental and physical limits after Bane frees Batman's entire rogues gallery from Arkham Asylum. The animated event is based on one of the most iconic and beloved runs in the rich history of Batman comics, Batman Nightfall by Doug Minch, Chuck Dixon, Alan Grant, Dennis O'Neil, Peter David, Joe. That's a lot of names. A lot of people did. It looks cool. I really like the Batman animated stuff. There is a giant brown. There's a bunch of seaweed spreading through the Atlantic Ocean. You may say, well, yeah, it's the ocean. It should be seaweed. The Great Atlantic Sargassum. Gotta say this right. Sargassum. I can't help it. The Great Atlantic Sargassum Belt is a massive brown algae formation that spans 8,850 kilometers. I don't know how long that is. And weighs 37.5 million tons, visible from space. Initially observed in 2011, the belt has grown exponentially due to increased nitrogen, phosphorus levels in the ocean. While it provides a habitat for marine species, the belt poses threats to coral reefs, carbon sinks, and coastal activities. Scientists predict that the belt will continue to expand rapidly with potential unforeseen consequences.
It'll develop a Texas belt buckle.
I mean, what are the consequences? Don't say there's going to be consequences and not tell us what the consequences are, because they didn't do that.
Animated algae attacking nearby ships.
Ooh, well, we get like sea monsters or something. Or is this when Aquaman and Namor, they like team up and they come to take on.
I don't know if they team up though, because Namor's a creep. So
Yeah. All right. Him and Orm. All right. The Witcher season 4 trailer is out. And we know our guy's not in it anymore. Henry Cavill wanted out because he didn't like the direction the show was going. Last season, I did not like that much. This one, I think, has promise for story. And I want to see where Siri goes with her new band of misfits that she's with. I'm not going to rule it out. And it comes out in like 2 weeks.
just saying, I'm probably gonna watch it. I'm probably not gonna like it, but
I don't want to just automatically say I don't like
look,
something.
I'm going in there with an open. If it's good, I'll say it's good, but I don't think it will be good because
if the monsters are good, if Siri's good, if Yennefer's good, if Yasker's good, I mean,
yeah, but it's just like it's not Geralt though.
And if the dwarves show up again, because those guys are great, we'll see. All right, the Playdate trailer is out. I don't know why, but this really intrigues me. How did you label it before?
It's Reacher meets Paul Blart.
Yeah, it looks really good. And
the buddy comedy we didn't know we needed.
Yeah, I mean, check it out if you get a chance. All right, Mighty 9 trailer's out. I don't understand. I'm not sure I'm going to like this.
Why?
All right, Vox Machina was a little bit difficult because of how risque it was. This,
it gets interesting.
It seems like the same characters, but with a different look to them. And I get it's those guys voicing what they did for their D&D campaign. But
there are different dynamics. There are. It's a different feel altogether.
So if you watch Vox Machina and you liked it, you think you'll like the Mighty 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other thing too is like Vox Machina is like your typical like hero story. Mighty 9 has a lot more intricacies to it.
All right, the Invisible Season 4 trailer just came out. It's not really a trailer. It's like they're sitting there talking.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
I still love Adam Eve's like little thing. It's like, oh, so Cecil and the alien got to sit here. Why did it take you so long for me?
Yeah, it's the last 5 minutes long. It's pretty good. So that's coming out in spring. Looking forward to that. And also Wonder Man trailer, which it's not that I don't want to like it. I think I might end up liking it.
Well, it has Trevor Slattery in it.
Yeah, from the preview, it looks pretty good. And we'll see. So they're
we also have no idea what's going on, which is
well,
great.
they're going to be directing a Wonder Man movie, but the guy who's Wonder Man is actually Wonder Man. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. Thanks to everybody for listening to the show. Thanks to everyone for participating on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X, and on the text line. And I apologize for nothing. We'll be back next week, maybe. I don't know.
You're welcome, audience.
And I think the most important thing said tonight by Pappy, if you are abducted by aliens this evening, make sure you clinch.
Always remember to clinch.
Very important.
Yep.
Very important.
It saves your dignity.
And also, if it happens, don't tell anybody. Because, I mean, there's that. All right.
No one's going to ask. Don't tell.
Yeah, there we go. Say goodbye, Cameron.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.